Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Gorilla Soldier action figure from the NECA Series 1 Classic Planet of the Apes line. Now, if you're the type of person who likes to keep their toys in the box, this is a good line to do so, because NECA has kind of changed their format with this series. They used to do the carded figures a long time ago, then they switched to the clamshell, and aside from a few video game themed boxes, this is the first time they've done like the Star Wars Black Series or the Funko Legacy style box, and I think this is kind of cool the way it looks like a spine, so you can hang them and they'll all look cool from the side and they'll look cool from the front. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. The articulation on this figure is pretty solid, and I'm not just monkeying around. You can see that it's got the basic shoulder joint there, but it's got good elbow joint. Every once in a while I get a NECA figure that's got really stiff elbows, but the elbows are good. It's got a ball jointed head, so you get a good range of motion of tilting and leaning forward and whatnot. Further down, he's got the joints in his leg. I like that they're not cut into the sculpt. There's like a separate butt piece that hangs over the legs, so that's cool. There's no mid-thigh cut, but there is a rotating knee at the hinge, so you don't get that rotating boot cut, but you still get the same rotation. It's just higher up at the knee. And my favorite thing about it is the hinged ankle joint. So you get a good range of motion at the ankles, which allows you to get them in some good standing positions. But the sculpt on this, it is so good. And the paint too, I'm really happy with how the Gorilla Soldier turned out. I think more so than the other two. The other two were fine, but this one's just so impressive to me. The sculpting of like the leather cuts in his boots, and the just like the buckles on the side, and then the sort of paint that they went over it with, the sort of grayer wash over the black, just looks so good. And just like the dirt at the bottom. And then his pants, there's a really good sculpt to the wrinkle, and then the little black kind of grooves they add to it. The wrinkling's good, but the texture on his torso looks awesome. It's really good sculpting there. And then you go to his gloves and, you know, his belt. And I'm really impressed with the sculpting, the paint in general. I really can't rave enough. Also, there is a ball joint in the wrist, so that's cool. Now we'll take a close look at the head, because there's some excellent work being done here. Even just looking at his snout, like his little nose area and the sculpt of his mouth and the grooves that go around his mouth area look great. But then you take a closer look at just what they did with the rest of him as far as his eyes go, his eyebrow ridge. Just not only the shape of the face, but the sculpted little grooves in his eyebrow line. Not to mention all the sculpting that went into his hair, which is a lot of sculpting in my opinion as far as little hairlines go. And just the way the hair splits down at the end. They did a really good job with this. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you know they did a really good job creating a very accurate likeness of the shape of the Gorilla Soldier's, you know, face mask makeup. And he's got really good eyes. The eye paint is pretty solid on this, so I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Now, he also comes with some weapons. He comes with his gun, which may look simple, but if you see the movie, their guns are fairly simple in design too. He also comes with this little, you know, whacking stick, and it's got a little hinge there. And then he comes with this alternate hand for changing out his gun hand for the billy club. Well, not really billy club, the little beating stick hand. So that's how the gun fits into that hand. And then we'll pop that out, hopefully rather easily. Yep. And we'll pop in this other hand. It's a little tight. If I keep forcing it, it should go in. Yep, there we go. And if you can't get it to go in, get a blow dryer, some warm water, and heat it up, loosen it up a bit, and then it should go in fine. But there you go. There's the billy club in his hand. Another thing you can do with the billy club is you can attach it to the bottom of his shoulder sling right there by his waist. Now, I don't really have anything else much to say about this figure other than it's awesome. It's got great paint, great sculpt. I absolutely love it, and I think it's one of the coolest looking figures in this series. Thanks for watching.